Hi everyone, this is Nicole, and today I would like to present our work about the design patterns of technology-based therapeutic activities for children with language impairments, a psycholinguistic-driven approach. This paper is the result of a collaboration between multidisciplinary researchers, among which designer, engineers, and psycholinguistics. Let's start with our motivation. So, worldwide, the prevalence of language impairments is about 10% for preschooler and 5 to 6% for children between 5 and 18 years old. The difficulties in language development have been shown in children with developmental language disorder, of course, in all the cases, and for about the 70% of cases in the autism spectrum disorder. Currently, the traditional speech therapy methods lack of attractiveness and engagement, lack of holistic perspective due to the fact that they only aim to train linguistic skills of children and not other extra linguistic ones, and family found the therapy very expensive. So, in order to overcome these barriers, we can introduce technology into speech therapy with the help of socially assisted robots or computer based technology. The main goal of our work is to explore the use of social assisted robots and computer based technologies for assessing and training linguistic capabilities of children with autism spectrum disorder and developmental language disorder. But how can we design these linguistic activities into speech therapy? First of all, we rely on some theoretical background of psycholinguistics. So we design a methodological framework, theory based, and then we define activity patterns from different level of abstraction that are abstract task pattern, interaction design pattern, and architectural pattern. We build this framework taking into account the goal of the activities, the target linguistic skills, the type of linguistic task, the number of tasks, and the target morphosyntactic structure that we want to address, and of course the task execution of the traditional activities. Once we have a complete picture of what the activity consists of, we define our activity patterns as a composition of different layers. The first layer is the abstract task layer, that it contains basically the sequence of activity and which are all the sense involved in each activity. The second layer is the interaction design pattern that involves the user interaction with the technological devices. And then the last one is the architectural pattern that of course is the lower layer that imply the software architecture. To validate our activity pattern, we perform an empirical study. So this is an exploratory one, and we decide to validate and to test three different conditions. A condition where user and children with language disorder interact with tablet. The second sub-study involves tablet with social assistive robot, and the last one just social assistive robots. We start with the sub-study number 1. The other studies are still ongoing right now, and we involve 12 children with autism and disordered language, and we divide them into 2 groups. The first group was assessed and trained on passive enclitics, while the second group was assessed and trained on relatives and interrogatives, and WH question. So the result shows some trend, and they provide some insight on how children can improve their linguistic skills after a training with the technology. This paper contributes to the creation of activity patterns grounded on theoretical background. It also shows some promising results from empirical evidence, and of course, these activity patterns can be also reused for further technologies. I would like to thank you for your attention, and I hope you enjoyed this talk.